Hi everybody, welcome to Midtown Comics TV. I'm Jennifer Ewing.
I'm Alan Kistler.
And it's Free Comic Books Day.
That's right, every first Saturday of May, free comics are given from publishers to the stores, just like Midtown Comics.
And since it's so beautiful, we thought we'd go to the park and catch up with some people who got free comics.
Spring weather and free comics, fantastic combination.
I don't know what more you could want.
You gotta love it.
Except ice cream.
Ice cream would be cool.
Can we get ice cream?
Sure, let's frolic.
So I just got my free comic from Midtown Comics with a Thor and Iron Man. I'm really excited because it's a really cool recap about what happened between these two really epic characters, and it also really gives like a good idea about what's going to be going on in future comics. I think it's such a cool thing that they give away free comics every year, and I'm really excited about what's going to be happening in the future with these two characters.
Here's the problem with Free Comic Book Day. It costs too much. The Sixth Gun, a new series, a Western with dead people who talk. It's also a mystery. Free? Nope, I'm gonna have to buy this entire series to see what happens. G.I. Joe, great, don't want to read that because the movie was terrible. Oh no wait, this book is really awesome and it reminds me of what I love about this series. Now I'm gonna have to spend money on this again. Oh, the Overstreet Guide to Collecting Comics. Whoop-de-doo, now I know how to do it right, and I can do it more and more and more and spend even more of my money. Thanks, Free Comic Book Day. My wallet is empty.
Hey, I just got War of the Superman issue 0 from Midtown Comics, and it's fantastic because you know what? A lot of stuff happens in comics. A lot. You might miss an issue, you're confused as to what just happened, but this comic gives you a complete timeline of what just happened in the last year. So you can catch back up, it gives you a nice scoop on what might be happening in the future, and it's just the perfect preemptive issue. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Hi, I went to Free Comic Book Day and I got the first issue of Incorruptible and Irredeemable.
You have right now Incorruptible and Irredeemable out.
Yep.
One is about the greatest hero gone bad. One is about one of the greatest villains trying to be good.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, which idea came first? I'm curious to you.
Well, the Irredeemable came first. The idea of, and it's something I've been cooking in the back of my mind for a while, which is what happens when someone with that sort of superhuman godly power has the power but not the emotional makeup that it would take to sort of be able to put up with the pressure of the whole world needing you all the time. And what happens when that person snaps. He was revered by everybody. Everybody loved the Plutonian. He was the world's greatest superhero. And then, but what people didn't see was that there were chinks in the armor. There was like little emotional cracks. He didn't have nurturing godparents. He didn't have people who instead he had the opposite, sort of a very lonely kid. And as an adult, he wants the world to love him, and guess what? It doesn't work that way. Like he's doing all the right things for all the wrong reasons. If you're going to be a superhero, that's great, but you can't be a superhero just to get people to love you because that will never work.
There are people who have tried to do the Superman gone bad angle, and it's always like, oh, but there's some spark of good still in him, and he didn't quite kill that guy. Well, he can come back maybe. You're like, no, in the first issue alone, he does things that cannot be forgiven.
The book is not called Redeemable, so.
And I know also for someone such as yourself, I know you've occasionally been afraid of being put into a box,
right?
Or like seen as just the Silver Age guy,
exactly.
Right?
But luckily, I think we managed to break.
Smashed the box.
That's awesome. And the thing is, and yet the thing I think I'm proudest of, and I could not do this without Peter Krause, who was the artist on this, who was carrying.
Art's great.
Oh, it's amazing. And Andrew Dahlhaus, who's the colorist, who's also like just an amazing guy. But I couldn't do it without these guys. But what we've managed to do, I think, and I'm proudest of this, is that it's everything you just said it was, but I feel like it's non-cynical. I feel like the book, as dark as the book is about, and as much as it's about a hero turned villain and the evil things he does, the heart of it, I think that my love for superheroes still comes through, and my respect for the genre and the things that I love about it, I think are still there. Because otherwise it would be easy to write. Then it just becomes another, oh, aren't superheroes stupid? Aren't they?
Right.
You know what? Anybody can write that crap.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this.
Well, that's also why Incorruptible is such a nice counterpoint.
Thank you.
And I find weirdly relatable.
Yeah.
Just it's a guy who's just trying to be seen as more than he is, and everyone still. They can't forget what he did before, and
That's
I think
just it, yeah.
I think anyone who went to high school remembers that.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
exactly. You can't, and people won't let you change no matter how much you want to change.
Right.
Max Damage was the world's greatest supervillain, and he basically had an epiphany, as we revealed in issue 4, I think, of Incorruptible. Is he basically, when the Plutonian went insane and snapped, he had the same reaction that the rest of the world did, which was that, and I actually, honestly, I kind of drew some of that from Katrina.
Okay.
In the sense of, like, to me, the real emotional tragedy of Katrina was beyond the devastation. It was that as a nation, for the first time, we always grew up believing, and we were always taught growing up, that in the worst possible crisis, the government will be there to take care of us, and there will always be somebody there to take care of us. And I think that was our rude awakening as a nation. That's crap.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get that into this character. I wanted that notion of, all right, look, he hates the Plutonian. The Plutonian is his arch enemy. But at the end of the day, like anybody else, Max Damage doesn't want the world to actually end. He doesn't want life as we know it to be destroyed. And even he, as a bad guy, knows that in the back of his mind, Plutonian will always be there to save us from ourselves. And when he sees Plutonian snap and realizes that's gone, then the only way he knows how to deal with this is to step up and to try to be that guy. And his fatal flaw, of course, is that he's a supervillain. He doesn't know what superheroes are supposed to do. All he knows is what he's supposed to do the opposite of what supervillains do. His mindset is not unlike that of an addict, in the sense that there's no compromise. If I'm going to be a good guy, I can't risk doing anything that is not good. I don't dare take one step off the slippery slope, because before I know it, I could be tumbling back into a world of villainy again. Over time, he will learn where that line is, but right now he doesn't know where that line is. So if he's going to err, he's going to err on the side of being an uptight, like no quarter given superhero. And again, I'm really having, that's more fun to write, not just because he has a 16-year-old sidekick named Jailbait.
I love Jailbait.
I love Jailbait.
The character.
The character. But also because with that one, for all I enjoy writing Irredeemable, there's not much of a chance to have a sense of humor about it. There are not many funny moments in Irredeemable. And so in Incorruptible, at least with Incorruptible, I get a chance to be a little bit lighter sometimes. It's still a pretty dark book, but there's moments of humor in there.
Right.
So it gives me a little more variety.